What's up, people? Gibbon here. Hope you are doing well. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a few days. Apologies for that. It's been a bit busy. Stuff to do. Been helping my mum out. Always remember to be there for your mum and dad's people. It's important. They were there for you when you were younger. A little bit of a life lesson. But anyways, I'm excited to bring you this video today. This is going to be my review on the Awakening DLC, specifically the multiplayer maps that have been released, that were released last Tuesday on the PlayStation Network. I'm in a very fortunate position that I own a PS4 and also an Xbox One, so I can get the map packs, Jesus, that's a mouthful, the map packs early and give a bit of review. So the gameplay in the background is one of the new DLC maps, obviously. This is Gauntlet, and I am effectively rushing around with an LMG. So keep that in mind when you see the gameplay that's going on. My score streaks were quite high, and I don't call any of them in, so I think the gameplay is pretty impressive. I enjoyed the gameplay. There's a nice little section here where I could have got a quad feed, but unfortunately I ran out of bullets. Or I tried to reload, or something like that. But anyways, the four maps that have been released are Gauntlet, Splash, Skyjacked, which is a remix of Hijacked, or a reskin, if you will, and Rise as well. So I'm going to talk through them and kind of give an honest review of what I think of each map. So we'll start at the beginning. The obvious one to talk about in the first instance is the gameplay that you see in the background, and this is Gauntlet. And effectively Gauntlet has kind of three main lanes. You've got the sort of snow section, which is the central lane. You've got a rainy urban section, which where I spawn in on the map is the left hand side, and then you've got a jungle section. The urban section is actually a really cool section because you can park all the hell out of the walls flying all the way around. If you've got the perk on that obviously regens your boost quicker, then you can literally monkey it all the way around the corners and everything, and it makes for quite a good start, and it looks pretty cool at the same time as well. The snow section is where everybody tends to kind of post up, and where a lot of the battles actually happen, sort of within the walls and everything. Everybody kind of congregates in the middle. There's a couple of high and low spots in there, and it does play quite well. And then you've got the jungle section, which from a visual point of view is probably the best looking section of the map, but it kind of people tend to be invisible on that section, so it makes it complex to be able to see people sometimes. So as a map itself as a whole, with the 100 kill TDM, I've been noticing a lot of time limit gameplays, which has been, I suppose, frustrating for a few people. I don't know if that's just because people don't know the maps yet, or people are just camping, or if the lobbies are just inherently sweaty, but there is a lot of time limit gameplays where the score doesn't get all the way to 100. This one does, but it's nearly a time limit gameplay. As a map, it is slightly large. If you are in the centre of the map, and that's where a lot of the action is happening, and that's where a lot of people are obviously shooting each other and stuff like that, and you die and you spawn out, you are miles away, and that's a feature of each of the DLCs, to be honest with you. When you do spawn out, you tend to spawn out miles away, so it takes you a little while to get back. And if you do have anybody on the opposing side that is rushing you, it can make it difficult to try and get yourself back to the action and rack up them kills. I do like the map, I do like the way it plays, I like the idea of the 3-lane map. It's a classic kind of design in terms of a first-person shooter in the way that it works. It's probably, out of all of the maps, my favourite map. That's maybe controversial, but it is kind of my favourite map. I do like the map. I think once you tend to, maps that you pick up the quickest, you tend to favour. So for me, this one is kind of my favourite map. The next map we're going to discuss is Splash. Splash itself is without doubt the most visually stunning map probably that I've seen. On a par with Grind, it's very bright, it's very vibrant, it looks absolutely amazing. The slight sort of negativity about that map, I would say, again, the map is quite large, so time limit gameplays, again, that'll probably change once people get used to the way that the map works, but they should technically just rename this map Everybody Run to the Middle Room opposite the pirate ship, because everybody posts up there. If you've got somebody in there or a couple of people in there, they fill that place with shock charges, the explosive devices, all that kind of stuff, which makes it impossible to get in. So visually, it's a brilliant map. The water play on it, and Treyarch did an excellent job with the water fights in this game by a mile. There's some nice little sections where you can get under. There's some nice sort of water slides and stuff that you can run through and things like that. It's a really good map, but it's too big. It is just too big. Moving on to Rise, I'm going to leave Skyjacked till the end. I think you can possibly tell what's coming with that one. Rise, it's effectively a snowy research facility. It's a coalescence subterranean type of facility. Again, you've got sort of different lanes, but these kind of promote different styles of play. One of the lanes is kind of more for sort of rushing type of play and running to and from cover. Another lane is more for kind of posting up, and then sort of like the central lane, which everybody kind of runs to. There's a central building which everybody tries to kind of get hold of and work the way out of. You can kind of really shut down the entrance into that from the rear, with a couple of people kind of posted up either on the stairs or near the door, and then the person at the top shooting out the window. It's a little bit too dark for me, this map. It is. It's a good map, but like I say, it just feels a little bit too dark. So sometimes it is a bit difficult for people to see other people, so you can get picked off before you know where you are. Overall, it's an okay map. I don't think it's one of the best maps that they've ever brought out by any stretch of the imagination. That's why I think that for me, Gauntlet is the best of the DLC, because it just feels a little bit different in terms of the levels and everything that are on it, and it plays quite well. The last map we're going to discuss, people, is obviously Skyjacked, or the reskin of the Von Voyage ship, Hijacked. It is just that. It is a complete reskin. The map, essentially, in essence, is exactly the same as what the original was, with just a couple of things added to it. On the original, obviously, when you're playing games like Domination and stuff like that, you could spawn trap people at A and all that kind of stuff, or spawn trap them at C and they couldn't get out of it, and you could post really high gameplays. Not anymore. With the abilities that you've got, you can actually jump out the side of the ship and run along the wall, even though you're out of bounds, and make your way back in again, which makes it absolutely impossible to spawn trap. What you will find on this map is that the spawn flips constantly, absolutely constantly. There's a nice little touch where you can go on the outside of the ship and jump out and come back in again to get to the underneath section. But this map is without doubt a shotgunner's paradise, a pure shotgunner's paradise. So I have raged countless times on this map. Down to shotgunners. Love you guys. Amazing. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I only hate on shotguns because I can't do it myself. But this is my least favourite map of the DLC for a couple of reasons. I don't like the way the map plays, and also as well, I don't think it's right. I think it's kind of cheating the consumer when you bring out a reskin in the first portion of a DLC. I understand it in maybe the third or the fourth DLC, but surely the developers have had enough time to have sort of in the locker enough maps to be able to bring out 4 new maps for at least the first 2 DLCs. So me personally, I feel a little bit cheated, especially when you've paid a lot for a game and paid for the DLC as well. I don't think it's fair or right that they bring out a reskin within the first DLC. Like I said, no issues with it in the third or fourth DLC, but I don't think they should be bringing out a reskin in the first DLC. It's just my personal opinion. You can agree with it or disagree with it. That's fine. One of the other things I'm going to mention is that there is a map glitch on Splash where people can get into the walls and people can actually jump on top of the pirate ship. Infuriating that that's still there and they haven't patched that yet. I'm sure they will patch it soon, but just an infuriating thing. Overall, as a review, I would probably give the map packs a B. I think the thing that really brings it down for me is the fact that they've put in a reskin map in the first DLC. Visually, the maps that have been brought out are absolutely stunning. I think they really sort of show the next gen console capabilities. I think it looks better on the PS4, or it will look better on the PS4 just because of the way that the PS4 runs and the operating system for the PS4. Yeah, overall I give it a B. I think they've done quite well. They shouldn't have brought out a reskin in the first DLC, but that's just my opinion. I haven't played the new Zombies map yet. I am going to wait probably until it comes out on the Xbox One, because I tend to play Zombies with all my friends who are on the Xbox One, and we generally have a good time with that. So that's essentially it. That's going to be my review of the DLC. Hopefully it's been informative. I do think it's worth it. Just a shame about the DLC. Guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like button. That really helps me out. Share it, do whatever you like with it. If you are new to my channel, please also subscribe for content on a regular basis. And I can't believe I lost this game. Guys, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for stopping by. Peace!